Good morning, everyone. How am I doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. Stravos, if I'm saying your name right. All right. Uh, yeah, what are you asking me? Uh, oh, you were saying, yes, McGraw's, yeah. He just posted to, he didn't, McGraw, you posted to host and panelists. That was the confusion. All right, so I know the slide said, will Canada play along too? So I created that after the close yesterday, and then news came out. Um, you know, Canada also decided to play along. They're going to send, I was reading, 10,000 troops to the border. They're going to do something about the fentanyl. Why the hell didn't they do it years ago? Which opens up the question, were they part of the Biden, Obama, Kamala, Clinton mafia to destroy this country? I don't know. It's just kind of a strange thing that so many bad things were happening, and so many excuses, so on and so forth. And now President Trump comes in, puts a clamp on pockets, and so on. Yeah, I'm going to put the charts up. So, anyway, what does it mean to us technically? Because that's what we're after. What does it mean to us? Same thing it meant to us yesterday. It's a big mess. It's a big mess of gaps and overlapping bars and unfilled gaps and loose price action, which displays uncertainty. And we've discussed this as how do we define loose? Well, in part, gaps, overlapping bars, tails, and wide distances between pivot highs and pivot lows. And at some point, we look for this to tighten up. And of course, we can look at higher time frames. And yesterday in the room, we looked at the weekly chart, and we see this wide range reversal bar and prices pulling back. The 20 MA is equal to the 100 on the daily. And so I bring my scroll mine up there, which was yesterday's close, which was lined up with these bars right down here. And now prices are opening up inside of yesterday's range, give or take, near yesterday's close. So turns out to be a big yawn overall. I think there was some excitement on the news. As you can see, this huge gap up and then a little pullback and rise and into the gap fill area. So technically, prices open down at support. And if they open down here, buyers came in. If we didn't know anything about the news, we're like, oh, something must have happened. Just to spring it up like that. But, came up, came up to resistance area, and it's within a trading range. So the bias continues. Stay away. Stay away in this time frame. And intraday, you can do whatever is on that particular day. But until things tighten up on patterns like this, we trade other things because this is somewhat unpredictable. So we'll see where today goes. Um, all right. So futures move up to resistance, flip flopping back and forth, and we wait to see if things will tighten up one way or another. As you can see, it's just opening. It's where yesterday's close was, give or take, and it's just a directionless, well, somewhat directionless pattern. It's just not something that we want to trade. YM just another overlapping bars and mess, two bottoming tails, and it went down to test the bottoming tail bar. Again, I'll say it for the 110th millionth time, look to the left and up and just flip-flopping around. I know it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It'll pass. Okay, so big reversal day showed a little relative strength, right? It's trading within this range here, going sideways. One of the things I mentioned yesterday, there was gas in the tank. There's still gas in the tank as far as internals go. One thing to take note of is that when breadth reaches an extreme like this, which is a positive, it's what you want to see when you see prices advance in this way. I'll just back up here for a second. The most bullish thing one of the most bullish things you can see with breadth would be if it had gotten to a extreme down here and on this advance within 4 or 5 days went all the way up to the bearish end. It didn't do that. You could see how it kind of grinded up there. So it was kind of diverging as prices went down and breadth was improving here. And then it reached the extreme where we got the internals lined up bearishly right around here. So when it gets to an extreme on the upside and comes down to zero, there tends to be stabilization and an attempt to turn. Sentiment is at a pretty high level. So as we look at internal gauges and futures and ETFs and other markets and such, we see if something begins to make sense as to the probability of things starting to move or potentially move in one direction versus another. And so we don't have that as of yet as we look around. Oil. So here's something of interest. We spoke about interest coming down to this support level and making the turn, and now it's diving lower. So that's somewhat of a positive, right? Less inflation, lower price of oil, Trump, so on and so forth. So, this going down. However, we have interest rates flipping up from this major support level. And we talked about this head and shoulders top, this being on support. And one of the other themes that we talked about was head and shoulder top failures. And it's not that we always think a head and shoulders top will fail. It's just that one of the things that can happen at times. And this one seems to be failing. And as it relates to, SPY, we had spoken about, this head and shoulders top breaking and then failing. And we talked about the violent moves that tend to occur after head and shoulders top failure, because this is a distribution pattern and it displays somewhat uncertainty, but also bearishness. So when it triggers, traders, institutions sell short, they exit longs. And when it flips up, it moves things in the other direction. So now we've got the 10-year here with, similar kind of head and shoulders pattern, a little less volatile. But that moved down yesterday and flipped right back up off of the 50 MA. And now it's up this morning. And if these interest rates start moving or continuing to move back up toward this 4.8% level, the markets are not going to like that. But maybe part of the balancing act is oil actually moving lower. So there's different forces happening here, which more confusion. Gold continues to move up. So that inflation theme or Bitcoin is kind of all over the place again. That's just in a trading range, but as we compress that, having moved up that way, we're waiting for this to tighten up to see which way things would go. SPX, I haven't even looked at numbers, but luckily nothing was touched yesterday with that mess. I told you down here is a no-brainer. It was overreaction to the gap, and that was highly unlikely. I actually made it sound like you could bet the farm that it would not go there with that disclaimer that anything's possible. But we look at lines of defense as to where there's probable stopping points and how far away it is, and it's just, to me, a no-brainer. Just not going there. And I said you could do up above that. You can pick a few strikes. And then in the room yesterday, as things go up, we look to fade, possibly. And so there was, as this moved up, there was premium up above here. So there was opportunities on both sides. And today, some in the green room talking about economic reports coming out at 10 o'clock. Could be some movers. So we got, that's a little low, but 5,900. We always like to be on the other side of a whole number, if possible. So if things dip down, anything under 5,900 should be a go. And so let's just pick. So 5,905 for now. But if it goes down and we can get under 5,900, that would be excellent. So now we are below yesterday's bar and above the gap fill, and prices are right here. So not quite the no-brainer that it was yesterday. 60, 75. And this will go up. 5. And ignoring the news, I will say it'll never get up there today. All right. And we got converging 20 and 50. Things have to start coming together. Like I said, they're about here, looking at the spiders. And yeah, I mean, other than the economic reports coming out, probably things are just going to stay somewhere within here as we wait for other news. Will China play along? One of the things I read over the weekend was, there's always a speculation. I think who never talks to Trump, whatever, about maybe China opening up factories here in the U.S. So I suppose that would be a good thing. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I looked around at some others, like semiconductors, just trading within yesterday's range. I think, traders, institutions are a little bit shell shocked as to, this news and tariffs and whatever else. Musk closing down. They're doing what they promised, and I think people are in awe. I think Democrats are, wetting their pants, and they don't know what to do. And let's just pick our patterns and stocks that look ready to trade. There was a few yesterday that we posted. I posted a few things on social media. This XMTR. Maybe Dan will take a look at that, but I'll just show it for a quick second. I like this. Right now it's trading inside the range, so maybe it'll form a 1, 2, 3, but I like this. It's got a nice void, nice gap reversal. So there were tons of gap reversals yesterday. So as much as the markets are in an uncertainty mode and messed up patterns, there's still some decent looking stuff out there. So continue to mine for the gold and make you aware of it. All yours, Dan. How's Europe going to work with Trump? I think they're going to work with how everyone else is. Anything that'll put enough pain on them to have some common sense as to stopping the things that have been so disruptive over the last 4 years. They'll do it.
Good morning. Yeah, XMTR, I got an alarm up there in 3620. This would be an ideal 1, 2, 3. I mean, just perfect gap reversal, consolidation, void. But I, set an alarm, and if it goes off, we'll decide if we want to enter early. So on the news front, yeah, I said yesterday, I think we're just in one of these times that the market is just totally hinged to tariff communication. And yeah, Canada caved, I guess. It was my first reaction when because they said Mexico is going to send 10,000 troops, and then Canada doing the same 10,000. It's like, really? Where did this number come from? Number one. Number two, I didn't know it was that bad in Canada. You really need as many troops in Canada as you do Mexico, with everyone coming from Mexico and all these Latin American countries. Yeah, I'll review first here. I deleted a bunch of earnings, but yeah, we got a very nice list here of things on their own page, and I have alarms on every one of them. ELD, DGX. Actually, I do not have an alarm, but let it chop around 1 or 2 more days up here. On my Fed, a couple of my gold stocks, alarms going off here. NEM alarm went off, big old bottoming pattern. SSRM is bullish, daily, weekly, monthly. Silver stock. SIL here, alarm went off. Small little bull flag in the making after a gap. So that I like. GDX is more extended, but it's cleared this pivot high with a void. Nice 15-minute pre-market. Deck is not ready, but I'm ideally it'll go down to 160 and then stabilize. Zulu Golf and Zula, little buy setup here. I got an alarm at 80. Bullish weekly, monthly. Zulu, same. Little 1, 2, 3 on the monthly. EPAM, we're in. Look at that bull rectangle. Bullish weekly, monthly. So we did a half lot yesterday. And even with the gap down yesterday, when I was going through pending alerts, this was on the weekend letter. Even with the gap down, I said it's fine if it triggers. And that's exactly what it did later in the afternoon. I'm like, wow, my alarm just went off. So we did a half lot, a beautiful close, gapping up. Pizza, bottoming pattern. I like these when the 20 MA flatten out. You got a closing breakup, bull flag. Wheat, bottoming pattern. HCA, ideally a 1, 2, 3. Cuervo Gold, sloppy buy setup. I got an alarm up here, 83.50. BTR, another deep move. Now this one's stronger than pizza because it went further up and it's making the turn at the 50. So I got an alarm on that, 61.40, which UNH, continuation breakout, OMC. Another look how similar this is to pizza. Bottoming pattern up, bull flag, bullish close. And then White House, another gap reversal, igniting, engulfing. That's good to go over the high. So see, even though we won't touch the broader markets, look, I just gave you 20 beautiful setups. And here is now earnings, and I'll tell you my favorites in here. So Pelletier and Spots are both very bullish gaps. This is a bullish close, all-time highs, but I'm just have it on my call spread watch because it's gapping up $20. So is that excessive? I don't know. Maybe it'll rally another $20. I don't know. But I surely am not interested in buying it. So let's see what it does. Spot here rallied into earnings, gapping up 40 to $40. Is that excessive? Well, that's on my call spread list. Clorox, nasty gap. That's on my 30-minute low or 15-minute sell setup. Short watch and call spread. Rambus is a mess. EQR. I have an up alarm here. Possible bottoming pattern for put spread. Yeah, Alex, you mentioned Barber. Yeah, I like that 30-minute high. Wow, they must have a lot of barbers across the country, Alex. They doing so well. Foxtrot November. Ugly gap, 30-minute low, call spread. Whiskey Delta. All right, this one I posted official. We did the 160 naked puts into earnings. So it's gapping to yesterday's low, which is a bearish gap. But here, let me tell them that we'll wait 5 minutes. So I mean that's the deal when you sell options into earnings, that you can still make plenty of money if it gaps against you, provided it's not catastrophic against you because of the volatility contraction. To Telegram. Yeah, actually, I saw Siri when I was over the weekend scanning, or maybe I saw it yesterday and I thought it was too late. But yeah, bottoming pattern void. ACM, I have a low alarm at 103 spot 30. This could be a continuation short. Look at that weekly. That's nasty. That's a failed buy setup with a void. So got my alarm there. Looks good. CNX short below yesterday's low. From Powell. Yeah, I'll set an alarm. I mean, it's on major. I mean, it's not. I mean, the weekly's a little concerned just because you got a bottoming tail and it sprung right back. But yeah, I mean, it's a sell setup at the 20 or downtrend, sure. Amari asking about Nike. It's a big old mess. It bottomed, deeper tracement, 20 and 50 flattened out. It's a mess unless you're doing just credit spreads or day trade. I get zeroing. There's just no pattern. That's a swing trade. SMCI, same. It was kind of a continuation breakdown, but you got a bottoming tail, it's gapping up. It's messy. I mean, compared to quality of to the 20 nice quality ones we went over. A whiskey Delta alarm. Yeah, I just had an up alarm go off for some reason. Cref. This is a mess, no interest. Gapping up here, I have an alarm at 2270, bottoming pattern. CBT, garbage. NJR, I have an up alarm, sloppy bottoming pattern. 30-minute high and maybe put spread. This is a mess. All right, those were last night. This is this morning earnings. Merck is getting killed here. So I had that on my list for a call spread, but there's going to be no juice because it'll be $10 away. Pepsi's a mess. It's gapping to 147. So this could be a condor, put spread under the lows, call spread over the highs, if there's any juice. But there's no pattern for directional, but credit spread. KKR call spread at the 170s. We went over race, big old gap from a bottoming pattern, but now the gap's too big. See, if it opened right here at 440, that would have been van friggin' tastic to then do 30-minute high. But now it's way up here. So no, gap's too big. APO call spread. If there's any juice, no brainer at 175, no brainer call spread, 5-minute low, PayPal getting whacked. The gap's too big. Now, I actually was watching this for a core long for a while because beautiful monthly, but looks like that scenario is now out the window. CSWC alarm just went off. All right, so there's my 2270 alarm. So 30-minute high maybe. TDG, $1,335. That's wow. All spread, if there's any juice. My recollection is he's spready as can be. Argen, remember we had a talk, you all, in the green room? If it opened relatively flat, short it. If it gapped up, I think I said over $700, then 10-minute long. So it looks like it's short idea. It's coming to fruition. EPD, no pattern. MPLEX, nothing. Call spread maybe. CMI 360, bullish gap, but no pattern. MPC, no pattern. AME 172, call spread if there's any juice, but I doubt it. IT 564. It's run a lot from here to here, but that's not a good call spread candidate because this is all these last 5 bars is a bullish consolidation, but we'll come back to it. Alex, your Weight Watchers, maybe 30-minute high. CNC 60, bearish gap, call spread if there's any juice. I doubt it. Gap. eBay up alarm. eBay. I was in my head confusing it with that other one with PayPal. eBay 30-minute high idea. That's another one. It should have been on my long list, but it was on the other computer. What did I got filled on something right out of the gate here. Let's see what I got filled. Was this weird? It was in a different account. That's why. Because I don't see any filled orders in this account. Never mind. All right, our HL, we're in a 1/3 lot, so that's moving. I know, Don, you know what, I saw that. I saw it and was shaking my head. But, and you know what, Don, you know, we gave it a 15-minute low. Even if we gave it a 30-minute low, it would have failed. It looked like crap at the low yesterday. And then it got saved with that rally. And you just got, you know, you can't woulda, coulda, shoulda if you're doing the right thing. But yeah, I took my loss and was shaking my head. But you gotta follow your plan, or else you're headed down a rabbit hole of bad decisions. All right, let me check our whiskey delta. If the puts have tightened 25 cents by 105. Here we go again. All right, I'm going to try to bid for the 165s. Yeah, stupid spreads, man. All right, that's what I'm doing, bidding. I'm going to bid 35 for the 165. And then that would give me a free put spread if it fills. All right, whack to nothing. There's a nasty gap, but support, but a nasty OMC alarm. That's a beautiful 30-minute high. Now I posted cream put spread. And you know, just as a type of governor, yeah, as it says a governor, I said 5-minute high, but I know it's not going to get filled on a 5-minute high. But yeah, let's go through and look at it now. Fubo up alarm. Ah, Fubo acting a lot better now. I was on probation for a while. A crowd up alarm. We have a put spread. Um, crowd is rocking. No alarms. Whiskey Delta rallying, filled the gap. I mean, I'd be all over taking my money, but for the stupid spreads. And the spreads were tight yesterday. Green 330, 325. And it's 36 cents, so we're nowhere near it. Greg, my only concern on PAS is it's up at this resistance, and I would love it to go sideways another day or two. But
My mom used to tell me wish in one hand and there was something else in another.
well,
Oh,
just
it's
you
a bear
know,
sandwich. What do you want?
I want there to be no resistance there. That's what I just said.
I mean, it's bullish price action, not resistance.
White House up alarm. We're already in it. No, we're not in it. I had an early alarm. Never mind. Cuervo. That's too sloppy. Right. So I like the sector. So I like SIL better. I like SIL. Let's buy a so let's buy It's 9:35, so let's buy a 5-minute high. Buy high, stop. All right. So Greg and Alex, help me on the stop. Yesterday's low might be a tad tight.
It's yesterday's low.
All right.
A little below it, of course.
Well, that's what I was thinking. At first, I was thinking the 20 or maybe the gap fill, or I'll just give it a dime under it, 34.18.
It goes down there. You got another giant mess, a big rainbow pattern.
It's 35.59. The alarm 35.55. ACM alarm. That must be an earnings stock. What a freaking mess. This is the one I said if it opened relatively flat, short the low, but not after that gap up. All right, crowd. Let's see what credit spread we have.
Somebody told me, I got an email, Dan. I said he got stopped out of crowd. He's like, how the hell did this happen?
It didn't.
Well, no, he's saying he got stopped out, I think, and the broker didn't give him a reasonable excuse. He said he held on to crowd trading, got stopped out by his bracket on Tasty Trade. He said he got stopped out after a big wide range bar, the one at 7:20 Pacific time, which I guess Pacific time, that would be 10:20 in the morning yesterday, right? How did he get stopped out after a push up on a put spread?
He needs to learn how to big more.
He said Tasty Trade said maybe the market got a little wider after the wide range bar. So let's
Makes no
see
sense.
here. Yeah, so he's talking about getting stopped out after the 1025 bar yesterday
Well, our
on a
stop.
put spread.
Hold on.
Uh, 375. He got screwed. I was going to say something else.
Yeah, no, our stop was under the WRB, so no. All right, our GoDaddy put spread holding 207. Q is the strongest, rip to the high. What's moving that? NVIDIA and Netflix. Wow, GoDaddy spreads got ludicrous. Our WWD is rocking now. Check stupid spreads. There's SIL alarm. But it's early alarm. Early alarm. So yeah, hold on. I'm not going in early. This thing's whipping all over the place. Here so I can watch it. Spot. Yeah, spot. See that is yeah, these are not good credit spreads. Now Fubo moving again. Fubo looks great to add. Absolutely.
Have a Super Bowl trade?
Good question.
I think it started to do better the last time there was a big event like that, and then it crashed again.
Mm, Stop. Yes, soon, sloppy double bottom. And he's usually juicy. Could be a put spread maybe or a day trade. All right, Fubo, new stop, 398. I got triggered. Oh, I missed it. I'm gonna bid for it. This be whipping all over the place. I'm gonna bid 35.40. Mm, yes, sloppy though. I'm gonna I'm gonna cancel it. But tell me, I know you like monitoring these things. Tell me what you think when it's ready.
Doesn't alert at today's high.
Diamonds at the low of the day. Amazon looks fantastic. We're already in it long. That'd be a great 30-minute high to add, but for earnings in 2 days. That, that looks great. Little rectangle. You can day trade it, 30-minute high.
Yeah. Silver futures are inching up.
5 minute high. Yeah, 35.60. ELV, Alex. Hmm. Gap down though, so I'm in no rush. Yeah, I waited for today, but I don't like the gap down and rally right now. I'll wait for the afternoon. I just was announcing the alarm. Pizza alarm. And another continuation thing. This could be a 30-minute high. Oh no, same wrong stock. Pizza. No, it's not ready. I'll just set it higher. Set it at 40.40. Oh, I got filled on my sill at spot 40. All right. All right, OMC. I'm setting a new alarm at 88.25. Ideally, it closes like this and we do it tomorrow. Yeah, TMDX came roaring back. Greg Wheat alarm. Did you want that?
Yes. Yes.